Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nikki Zick, and today we're going to be going over a sweet Valentine piece of artwork that you can frame and give to someone special. I used mixed media on this artwork. I used watercolor crayons and plain watercolor to achieve the effect that you see here. I used the crayon in the flowers and leaves, and also as a watercolor effect on the heart. Then we splatter paint and then do the fine border. So let's get started from the beginning. We'll prop up our heart with our evil eye and relax rock. And so what I'm working on today is an 8x8 piece of GenCraft watercolor paper. It could be any watercolor paper you like. And just the way I went about it, so that way I had my heart centered, was go to the center of your paper, which would be the 4-inch mark. I have my pencil right here. Just do faint lines so you're at the 4-inch mark is where your center of your paper is. Then we're going to go down with our ruler from the top of the paper, and at 1 3/4 we're going to make a mark, and then at 6 3/4 we're making a mark. So then after we have those two marks, we're going to go one side with the heart and the other side with the heart. We try to make it as symmetrical as we can, and then that way we have some outline to do and follow when we paint. So after we do that, we're all ready to go. We're going to start off with the flowers, and for that I used a red violet. I'm using the 1/4-inch dagger brush to do the roses, because really roses are the way I do it. I like to do it with the dagger. So we're going to start here midway, and we're going to use our paint, but we want it to be transparent, so when we do the crayon, you can see through it. So here, I'm doing the rose one. I'll do the second rose next to it. Make sure there's transparency and then paint, so when you do the crayon, you can see it. Okay, I already pre-selected my crayon. I have violet, and then I'm going to go into the center of my rose and make some little squiggly, wavy lines to indicate a rose. Go down to the one below, and as you paint with the crayon, you can feel it just glide. It's a really fun sensation, and I love playing with the crayons, so we're going to see a lot more videos with crayons. Let's jump over to the right side of our heart and put another rose. Again, make sure it's transparent. Add water. Make sure your water's clean, so that way it's not contaminating anything on your paper. Again, get our crayon and as you see, it forms like a resist, and it makes the paint go move around. Really interesting. Okay, we have our flowers put down. Now let's go into our green leaves. For that I used an evergreen and sap green. I mixed them together to form my own special green. And we'll start on the right, and we'll bring our leaf up. One. A little more paint. I'd rather have more water than paint, because so that way our crayon will show through. One here. Now I pre-selected my green. The one I'm using is called grass green. Go around the outer edge of your leaf, down the center. Here's the second one. Outer edge into the center. Then you can go back and add veins if you'd like to the leaves that are more transparent. If you'd like to remove some water, just use some paint. Just use a clean brush and remove with some clean water. if you'd like your leaf to be a little bit lighter, which I did. Now we'll put the leaves on the right rose. Once again, go into our paint. For this rose, we have 3 leaves. So we'll do okay. For the leaves, I was using the dagger brush, if you saw. And now we're doing the outline of the leaf. You can go outside of your paint and show the crayon. That's also kind of interesting. And I add some veins to my leaves. Once again, the top one looks a little heavy. They have a little paint water. Bottom one too. Okay, next we're going to take our round brush. I think I'm going to use a larger round. Actually, no, I'll use this round. So we're going to go into a darker violet for the outline of our heart. Make sure our paint is medium to thick consistency. And we will be doing several coats to make sure the heart is the right thickness that we want. So start from your leaf. Go to your center mark. 1, 2 strokes. Reload your brush. Come around to your heart and your leaf. If you want, you can do a double stroke and come back down. Then we'll go to the bottom left, come down to your center point where you drew your pencil, and then go up to the right. There could be a little purple showing through here, a little showing through there. Okay. We'll let that dry a minute, and then we'll go and do a second coat, maybe making it a little thicker, which I like on my artwork. So let's get some more purple. Make sure it's a nice consistency, not too watery. And go right next to your first brush stroke. Go to your center point. Come around right next to your first brush stroke. And we're thickening the line of the heart, as you can see. Some of it will show through here. Okay. Now we're going to get our crayon while our heart is still wet. Again, we're going into our violet crayon, and we'll just do some textural markings. And as you see, I hope you can see from the camera, I'm using, when I'm coloring in the wet paint, the paint's moving around. It's really fun. Fun to watch and fun to feel the sensation of a different medium that you're used to. Okay, we're done with the heart and flowers. So far, so good. If you like how the video is coming along, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe so you'll be alerted of new videos that I post. So right now we're going to do the border, and I only taped the very farthest, least amount of paper with my artist tape, so that way I could do this border. And again, I'm using my mixed green. I'm going to start on the right with the dagger brush and slowly press down and lift across the page, and then go down, stop at the leaf, continue down. We'll go to the left, press and lift. We'll come around. Okay, there's our border. Now the final process And my favorite part is the splatter. I'll try to control my splatter, but I really get excited about it. So I'm loading my round brush and I'm tapping it around the artwork. Go slowly so that way you can try to control how much splatter you're putting. Just gently tap the brush that is loaded with the paint of your choice. I'm using the red violet that we used in the flower, and then I'm going to use the green. So let's get the green loaded on my brush. Once again, the round brush I'm using. Okay, and then we'll do some dabs of green around. Okay, I think that's it. Before I go a little too much. Okay, so we're finished with our Valentine art. And this is great because I know that there's frames, you could do an 8x8 frame and not have that much of a border, or you can do a 9x9 and have the mat show. But I think an 8x8 frame would be perfect. So here's our final artwork of our Valentine sweetheart in purple, done with mixed media crayons that are watercolor and watercolor paints. So I hope you have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.